So for example, like right there, when I grow up, he does that all the time. Yo, what's good, Tristans and Trist fam? So Jonas Brothers have put out another song. This one is called Cool. I am excited to check this out and see what direction they've decided to go. But before we get started, be sure to check me out on Instagram and Twitter. Let's just jump into this and see what we think.
It's bingo night. They're gonna love you. Take the Ferrari home. Yeah.
I'm feeling so cool. Top to the bottom, just cool. Every little thing that I do, damn it, I'm feeling so cool. Yeah.
So we have Nick Jonas here choosing actually rather dark vowels. That's kind of what he does though. That's kind of his thing. What he's doing in order to contain the darkness and fullness of those vowels so he doesn't sound like an opera singer. Well, not necessarily an opera singer, but that doesn't sound like it's too much. Is he's using a lot of closed vowels, and closed vowels will tend to, or narrow vowels, whatever you want to say, will tend to hold the sound in. So for example,
I'm feeling so cool. Top to the bottom, just cool. Every little thing that I do.
Every little thing that I do. Like on that particular note, if you want to break down what he's doing, he's getting this vowel that I do, right? That big, strong, full sounding vowel. But because he's doing that into an ooh, it sounds like it's a lot more relaxed and cool, let's say. So duh, and then if I take that same vowel, the same energy, but close it down, that I do, same thing. It's the same amount of energy. It's almost exactly the same approach. I'm just doing that into a more of a closed vowel.
Damn it, I'm feeling so cool. Yeah. Woke up feeling like a new James Dean.
And actually, that is basically how Nick Jonas sings. Like, I don't mean, like, it's very simplistic to put someone into a box like that, but Nick Jonas uses a lot of closed vowels. A lot of them. Like, that's his thing. And he tends to use these dark vowels into those closed vowels. So, yeah.
Like an old school scene, feeling high like a lane.
And by the way, I know this is kind of a tangent, but that's why songwriting is so important. If the vowels for that song were different, right? If he wasn't singing on oohs and he was singing a different vowel, or the songwriting required him to do something different, he might not be the right singer to sing that line. Do you know what I'm saying? So the vowels in the song itself are very important in determining if a singer is going to sound good or bad in that song a lot of times. And some of the best singers know how to navigate those things, but you can only be so good. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's got a specialty. Even the way he says yeah. He's not doing like an opened, I can't do it right now because my neighbors are gonna get pissed. He's not doing like a full on yeah. He's going yeah.
Standing there with the red dress on you, a killer queen like a young Jane Fonda. Is it me or am I just having a good year?
I like this a lot so far, by the way. So far I actually like this more than their last song, Sucker. I like this song a lot, actually. And what is also very interesting, again, talking about the songwriting, I'm focusing a lot on the vocals today. Sometimes I'm just in that mood, you know what I'm saying? This transition here is the songwriting of this is done very nicely for the vocals that are being used. So a vowel like ooh, a vowel like ooh is can tend to be a very heady vowel. Like for example, like we were just talking about before, you can take a big strong a big strong a, and then just put it through an ooh, and it becomes lighter sounding in a sense. So ooh is a good vowel for things like falsetto or head voice, ooh, which is what he does here. Let's hear, hold on. It's just a nice vowel for head voice, and a lot of times that is the direction that an ooh vowel will tend to go, especially as you go up in pitch. And so it's a very natural transition for him to go from his chest voice into his head voice on this ooh vowel. Love it. Ew. Yo, chill on that. I hate when people wear so much cologne. I know it's a joke, but it's triggering me. I love his voice. I do think, and I'm very unfamiliar with their voices, but I do think that Joe does tend to open up his vowels a lot more than Nick does. And then I think it switches. So that's all head voice. And then switches to the chest voice. And then if you do it seamlessly, that's when it sounds like, what are they doing? Because it sounds like it's perfectly blending. And for a lot of beginners, by the way, that's going to be very difficult because you're going to go like this. I guarantee if like 70% of you out there, of my male audience, which makes up like maybe 5% of my actual audience. But if you try that, you're probably going to crack, and that's okay. But being able to hear the difference between the registers there, and just kind of practicing blending those two things together. It's a good exercise generally for singing, even though it's the context of a song. I always have students sing songs, by the way. Almost always. And then we will find little sections in a song where there's a little cool exercise like this, because this is a singing exercise. You just take it, and then you just you can bring it up, or whatever. Bring it up, bring it down, wherever you want, and it's a singing exercise. Anyway, this is sort of a side tangent. You can take a song that you're learning, find a little section that you have difficulties or problems with, and then turn it into a singing exercise and warm up with that, for example. I think it's a really practical, hands-on approach of doing this type of stuff. And I always hesitate to say these things because as soon as I say something like this, someone else says it 10 minutes later. Who gives a fuck? I'll say whatever the fuck I want. So for example, like right there, when I grow up, he does that all the time. Like his vowel will go from, he closes down his vowels every single time. I don't hear Joe doing that nearly as much.
Just like me. Lately I've been feeling so
Oh, I love that little pause there. That singing exercise right there, that's a lit singing exercise. I actually love that. That should definitely be an exercise. It's so much more engaging for students and so much more interesting for students to learn, do singing exercise that actually exists in a song that they actually like, than just having them go through the same singing exercises that you give to the last student or the next student. Na 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 na. It's the same exact exercise. It's doing the same exact thing. It's just that it's practical. Right? You're never going to do that in a song. Na 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 na. That's never going to happen. You're never going to have a song where you do that. But if I give someone this exercise and they're like, when is this ever going to apply to anything in my singing life? You can literally just put it right in front of them and be like, here it is. It's not confusing. There's nothing complicated about it. It's like, oh, here's a perfect example. It's used in this song, in this context, and not the other stuff that is, even though it might have some practical value to the student, it's very difficult to communicate that value to them. I just know that there's a lot of people in my audience that have a certain frame of mind about it because maybe they had like a choir teacher in middle school or something that was discouraging or boring. And so that's kind of what I want to communicate, is that this you can learn how to sing this stuff. Fuck it.
Cool. The Jonases!
Bingo starts in 5 minutes.
All right, lit. I like this song a lot, actually. I'm always honest about how much I like a song. I like the song more than I liked Sucker. And I actually rather like Sucker, so I like this song a lot. Anyway, hopefully y'all liked this video and got something helpful and informative out of it. Be sure you subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon. And until next time, Tristan's and Tris fam. Peace.